I know there for a minute I was like, why did I pick Denny? Like, this is the...
Actually, for the majority of the race.
Yeah, I was like, this... I even said it. Like, I couldn't have made a worse pick if I tried.
I know. I told you should have picked Cody Ware.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Brad, and with me, as always, is John, and this is Race Car Spelled Backwards, episode 120. You got to get used to saying that.
120? Or just putting the 1 in front of it?
Well, you know, I was used to the teens. It's like every time we change numbers from like 10 through 20, I got. But then we get to 20, it changes on me. Now I change again at 30. So every 10 episodes, it just throws me for a loop. The 101s was the hardest.
Ooh, 101.
The 01s and the 02s was like, what number am I? What episode is this?
Episode 102.
Something. So, episode 120. We made it again.
Yep. Unfortunately, Bell didn't win this week for 120.
Well, Bell didn't win for you, and
Denny definitely didn't win for you.
Denny didn't win. Where did Denny end up finishing at after all? I mean, I thought he turned it into a decent day there for a minute.
Almost.
25th.
He almost turned it into a decent day.
Pit strategy screwed him up at the end, right?
Yeah. He pitted like 4 laps before the caution or something.
I know there for a minute I was like, why did I pick Denny? Like, this is the...
Actually, for the majority of the race.
Yeah, I was like, this... I even said it. Like, I couldn't have made a worse pick if I tried.
I know. I told you should have picked Cody Ware.
Well, we are the official podcast of Cody versus Cole, so...
Cody versus Custer.
That's going to be our new segment of the show. Cody versus Custer.
Who didn't wreck?
Let's just go ahead and talk about it.
All right.
Since we've already brought it up.
Cody or Custer?
I got to find it. It's somewhere in here. Yeah, Cody versus Custer. So check this out. As of today, Cody and Cole are tied for 3 spins each this season and 2 DNFs each this season.
Oh, man.
Every
close.
race this season, one of the 2 drivers has wrecked.
Man, it's tight race.
Yeah, we're 3-2 right now, so I really think I need Custer not to finish Homestead, and I need Cody to finish, because that would put Cody or Cole ahead of Cody for the most wrecks. So you want to have, it's kind of like golf. The lower number means you're doing great.
Yeah.
But we want you to have the higher number.
All right, so I think we need to make picks for the season.
Oh, overall?
Yeah. Who's going to...
So who's going to have the most?
Yeah. Who's going to spend more?
We're doing spins and DNFs or doing separate categories?
Let's do separate.
All right, who has the most spins for the season?
I think Cole has more spins and Cody has more DNFs.
Okay. I'm going to go with... Oh, man, my heart's telling me, but my brain's telling me something different. I'm going to go with Cody Ware, most spins, Cody Ware, most DNFs.
Oh, you're just going Cody all the way?
I'm going Cody all the way.
You think Cole's going to find something?
So you think Cole will have more spins but less DNFs, right?
I think Cole will manage to finish more races, yeah.
I agree with that. But
I think he'll be able to keep it together.
I think at some point, Custer's going to realize, like, I can't keep driving like an idiot.
Yeah, that's why he's not going to DNF as much.
Yeah, or spin. I think he'll figure it out. Cody has a tendency as the season goes on to ramp up.
Yeah.
You're like, Cody Ware, where did he come from?
Oh, he's still here.
It's hard for me to think anybody can be worse than Cody Ware after I watched him pit from the outside wall.
Yeah.
Try to cut across 12 lanes of traffic to pit. Like, that's like Chris Wright, dude. Cody Ware has been around too long for that, so I'm going Cody Ware all the way. Most spins, most DNFs. You can split your picks. That's okay.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to be right, though.
Yeah, probably. But, I have faith in Cole.
That he'll spend more than Cody. No, I think it's something interesting to try. I really thought about putting Ricky Spinhouse in there, too, because...
And he seems to be pretty consistent as well.
Yeah, I mean, he wrecked this weekend, and then not to be shown up, he wrecked again. So.
Yeah, but, here's my thought process, though. With Cole finishing more races, that gives him more opportunities to spin out.
Well, Cole finished 26, so you're right. But if Cody Ware spins out and wrecks every race the rest of the season, that's going to put him in the lead.
But
now, if
Cole, if he's not destroying his car, he could wreck 2-3 times a race.
I was about to say, he could Ricky Stenhouse it and be able to wreck twice in one race.
Exactly.
So, okay, I'm picking up what you put down. I'm following your thought process here. I don't completely disagree with you, but I'm still going Cody all the way.
That's fair.
I'm Team Cody. Nobody can wreck it like Cody Ware.
It's fair.
All right, before we dive into today's show, let's give a shout out to our presenting sponsor, Designs by Sydney. Sydney is a master of graphic design, creating everything by hand with a personal touch. She has you covered if you are looking for unique NASCAR driver stickers celebrating each week's winner. But that's not all. She also offers custom logos, letterheads, T-shirts, and a whole range of custom stickers. Do you need to revamp your business's branding or boost your social media with eye-catching graphics? Then Sydney's the artist for you. Check out Designs by Sydney today for all your design needs, where creativity meets craftsmanship. And for the month of March, use code CAR0325, that's CAR, C-A-R, 0325 at checkout and get $5 off a $25 or more order. Now, let's jump back into the show. So, this week on Sydney's Best Race of the Weekend poll, we had Xfinity, Truck, Cup Series, and SVG reminding Michael Waltrip he was from New Zealand. Michael thinks he's from Britain or something like that.
That was funny.
Michael's an idiot. He really is.
That was funny.
So this week, Trucks got 0.
Huh.
Xfinity, 0.
Huh.
Cup, 80%, and then 20% voted for SVG, reminding Michael Waltrip where he is from.
That's interesting. I mean, I would have picked Cup because that's the only race I watched.
I picked Cup. I mean, I'm with you. It was the only race I watched this weekend.
It's not like we could have watched the Xfinity race if we wanted to.
Yeah, we were in the market where our affiliated CW channel decided to put it on some other affiliated channel that we don't have.
Yeah.
They said it was on YouTube TV, but I couldn't find it. So I just opted out.
Yeah.
Like, if they care that little, then honestly, I don't care anymore. I really don't.
We got to watch a Brave scrimmage game.
Yeah, well, they're playing themselves. Like, whoop-de-doo.
Yeah, right?
But I heard Bob Pockris made the comment that the reason they probably chose to go with the Braves scrimmage game is because they got to keep 100% of their ad revenue.
Oh, really?
Or I think when they show the race, they have to share that. The local affiliate has to share that ad revenue, probably with the CW.
Yeah.
But
it's all money.
Yeah, I mean, NASCAR picked a third-rate broadcast team like the CW. I mean, no offense, they're a free channel though.
Yeah.
So what do they really have going for them? Not much. So NASCAR chose them. So this is what they get.
Well, speaking of the CW, as we were watching the highlights for the Xfinity race,
they went full Fox mode.
Yeah, they had their little scoring on the left side instead of the top of the screen like they had been.
It's crazy.
I mean, I kind of want to watch the race or like at least look at it this weekend to see if that's like something they're always doing now, or if that was like just a highlights thing.
Well, it was through the whole highlight.
Yeah, so
I find it hard to believe that they're just putting it on the highlights, but hey, maybe they are. I don't know that.
I mean, it looks a lot like Fox.
Look just like Fox. Just like Fox. So.
I think it was the same graphic.
I think it was. I mean, that's why I don't know. I didn't watch the race. I don't know. All I watched was the highlight. I watched a lot of highlights for it, actually. A lot of people posted video of Kyle Busch in the booth.
Yeah. Yeah, they did. I liked it.
If I'm Kyle Busch, I'm getting a contract now.
I know, right? I mean, he did phenomenal.
What? He's done better in the booth. He did better in the booth that one race than he's done for a year and a half at Richard Childress.
Well, I mean, have you seen anything from the High Limit series?
No, I've got it. I haven't watched it yet. I've got it recorded. I want to watch it, so I'll go back and watch it. But wasn't he in the booth for that too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he's just, it's like, he's a natural.
He really is. And here's the best part of all of it. Kyle Busch has a personality of, I don't care.
Yeah.
If I hurt your feelings, oh well, Buttercup, I don't care.
Sorry, but you're the one who's driving.
Yeah, I mean, he's like, you're an idiot. I'm like, yes, call him out, Kyle. I love to hear Kyle call people. And he doesn't care. If it makes you mad, he doesn't care. Kyle has been making NASCAR fans and drivers mad his whole career.
Yeah, that's what he does.
That's what we need in the booth, bad.
We need something in the booth.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to talk about Fox because every week we talk about Fox. I think that's why they're so bad, is so people keep talking about them.
Maybe, because I don't know. If they were good, we might say they were good.
Yeah. Well, they have their guy, Artie Kempner, he's gotten promoted from producing the Cup races. Now he's going to be doing Monday Night Football. So if Monday Night Football starts to suck, you know why.
Well,
I'm not saying it's Artie's fault. I'm just saying if Monday Night Football starts to suck, then it must have been Artie's fault. And if Cup gets better.
Well, let's think about it like this. Cup stays the same. Monday Night Football gets better, then it's probably NASCAR.
Oh, I'm sure it's NASCAR anyway. I blame NASCAR for everything that goes wrong anymore.
Just anything in your life,
Everything. There was a lady had a flat tire on the side of the road today, but it was the road that we turn on to go to the Atlanta Motor Speedway.
Oh.
It was right before that, or right after that, actually. So it was probably NASCAR's fault that she got a flat tire.
Yeah, probably.
Somebody dropped a nail on the way home from a NASCAR race. She ran it over 3 weeks later.
I mean, I was making some lunch earlier and I dropped some rice on the floor.
NASCAR's fault.
It was. I was, I think I was thinking about NASCAR at the time.
And dropped it.
Yeah.
It's like a loose wheel. Just can't stay on.
Yeah. It was a pit road penalty.
Did it? You were eating outside the box?
Yeah.
All right, Jeff Gluck poll. One thing I notice in the poll every week before we talk about the poll is there's also once you click on, you vote and you go down the comment section, somebody does a grade for the broadcast booth every single week.
Oh, really?
I want to say we're like 6 races in, right?
Yeah.
I think they've made an F on all 6 races so far. And he gets thousands of votes too.
Congratulations, Fox.
They're doing great.
Yeah,
whatever you're doing, keep doing.
Dude, they're doing just about as good as you did in school.
I don't know if I was that bad. Close. I might have been a little worse.
F minus.
I mean, I did make a single digit. You know how hard it is to make a single digit in school? And go. That was the thing. I was in class and still made a 8.
You know what? Just like Fox, you were doing your best.
I was.
It was the school.
You know what? I've argued that because I took that same exact algebra class at night school that same year, different teacher, and I made a 100. I went from an 8 to a 100.
It's just like NASCAR. The booth is bad because of NASCAR. You did bad at school because of the school.
Yeah, I blame the pencil for all the misspelled words.
Yeah.
It wasn't my fault. The pencil made me misspell it. All right, Jeff Gluck poll from Vegas. We voted yes on it. 87% of you agreed with us that yes, it was a good race. 13% said no, it was not a good race. I don't even disagree with the 13%.
I don't either. I wish I could have, once again, we say it, I wish there was an okay.
Yeah, I think maybe I'll go into the Jeff Gluck poll and add a just okay.
Yeah.
Just so you can click on that in case you don't want to. Yes, I voted yes, but it was just okay. No, I voted no, but it was just okay option.
Yeah, it really should be bad, okay, great.
Well, it should be yes or no, but it's just not there anymore. And I don't think the product on track was bad.
No, the racing wasn't bad. It wasn't bad racing.
No, but the booth was god-awfully boring.
It was almost like a nap.
I did fall asleep for a second there. Which
I was doing something on my phone. So.
Oh, I was playing golf on my phone the whole race again.
Yeah.
So it's like, I'm thinking about putting the race on a smaller TV so I can play PlayStation on the big TV. Like,
Might as well. I mean,
it's getting to that point where, like, I don't know if the product is so boring that Clint, Kevin, and Mike just can't make it sound entertaining, or if they're just boring.
Go listen to the CW booth.
Yeah. Maybe we need to replace Clint with Kyle. I think Clint could probably drive as well as Kyle's currently doing in that 8 car.
I don't know. Kyle's kind of turned it around this year.
Well, yeah, literally.
Yeah.
If he could keep the wheels on it.
I know. It's pit road, man.
Pit road was crazy this weekend.
Oh, my gosh. Like, coming into the race, I thought this was going to be a race about speed, not who can make the less mistakes on pit road.
I really figured it would be more of a fuel mile. Well, it was a fuel mileage race, but fuel mileage always comes into play at Vegas.
Yeah, and the ending wasn't really affected by it.
I mean,
not directly.
It messed up some people's strategies.
It didn't.
Joey.
Well, Joey just had a bad pit stop.
Joey had a really bad pit stop.
That was, yeah.
I think Joey would have made it 80 laps on one tank of gas.
I mean, he did it last year.
There was 2 times in this race when Joey Logano took the lead in the very beginning. I said, "Uh-oh, I've seen this happen before." Because Joey's an all or nothing guy.
Yeah.
He either wins the race or finishes 20th. I mean, no offense, because he wins a lot of races.
Right.
Especially championship ones. But
he wins the important ones.
Yeah, exactly. But, I mean, he's an all or nothing kind of guy.
Yeah.
So I told John, I was like, when Joey Logano took the lead, I said, "Man, I've seen this before." And then he kept leading. I was like, "Oh, man, I've really seen this." But it only lasted like 40 or 50 laps or something. But still, I was like...
Almost the entire first stage.
Yeah, I was just having flashbacks, like PTSD from watching Joey lead too many laps and win too many races. So
it's like, oh, here we go again.
Yeah, but, I've seen that happen so many times with Joey.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, he screwed up on pit road, got too close to the wall or something. The guys couldn't pit his car.
Yeah, something like that.
That really threw him off. Josh Berry, man, we ain't even talked about that yet.
I know, we haven't.
Shocks the world.
This is so cool, though. I like Josh Berry.
Look, I was pulling for Josh Berry at Atlanta to win.
Yeah?
I was pulling for him at Daytona when he was up front to win. He was up front at Phoenix.
Yeah, but I wanted Bell to win because that was my pick.
Yeah, I know you wanted Bell to win, but I'm just saying, like...
I wouldn't have been upset with Josh Berry.
Josh Berry's been there all season, minus Coda.
Yeah.
He's a short tracker, not a road course. He's a true NASCAR driver.
Yeah.
But
he gets it.
Yeah, he gets me. He gets us,
yeah.
Josh Berry.
Should be his new sponsor.
Yeah, he gets us. No, I mean, it's just you have a grassroots, blue-collar, hard-working race car driver in Josh Berry at probably the most iconic team in NASCAR currently.
Yeah.
It's a match made in heaven. And then they go out. Everybody says, let's wait to Vegas. See how they do at Vegas. That'll be the true test of how good their team is.
Yeah.
Josh Berry won, guys.
Yeah. I mean, he was fast, too.
Yeah, it wasn't like he didn't luck into it. He's not a hack. He didn't just back into that win.
Yeah. They were consistent. I don't think they had any penalties.
I think he had a hiccup on pit road, but nothing. It was just a slower pit stop.
Yeah, so I don't think they had any penalties. They had speed in the car. And like you said, this whole season, Josh Berry has just been fast.
Josh is the real deal. Dale Jr. made a tweet in 2022 that Josh Berry is a cup champion waiting on a cup owner to pick him up who wants to be a cup champion owner.
Yeah.
Something like that. I think I screwed that whole wording off. But
can you imagine that? The Wood Brothers champions?
It's possible. Josh Berry's the kind of guy who can get you to Phoenix.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a hard-nosed, conservative race car driver. His approach, he comes from the Cars Tour. I mean,
right, and that's all about being conservative.
Yeah, he knows how to save his stuff to the end.
Yeah.
Save his stuff. Don't use it up. Don't abuse your car. I mean, look, last season, he jumped in Kevin Harvick's ride. Stuart Haas fell apart. We didn't know what was going to happen to Josh. The Wood brothers picked him up. Honestly, I was like, it's cool. It looks cool on paper, but Harrison Burton has done absolutely dog crap at Wood Brothers in 2 seasons. So what's Josh going to be able to do, you know?
Right. And I mean, not to like dog on Harrison Burton too bad, but
might as well.
I mean, was the Wood brothers capable of this much speed this whole time?
I think they were. So the Wood brothers obviously is a Penske team.
They're Penske affiliates.
Yeah. I think Penske literally builds the cars at their shop, though. I don't know that there's a Woods Brothers employee at Penske when they're building there. It might be. I don't know this. So don't hold me to it.
There's just one guy there.
There might be. Maybe. I don't know. But
It's just Josh.
Look, whenever Wood Brothers runs good, everybody's like, well, that's a Penske 4th car. When they run bad, they're like, oh, well, that's a Wood Brothers car. Like, no, that's not how it works. Like,
yeah.
In my mind, it's Wood Brothers all the time.
Yeah.
Always. I don't care if he fixes his crap in the parking lot at Hendrick. It's still a Wood Brother car. So, yes, he should have. Yes, the speed has always been there. To go back to your question, I fully believe the speed has always been there. I just don't think Harrison Burton, I don't think he was ready.
Yeah. And
I think Harrison Burton's a good driver, but I think the Burton bloodline has peaked in NASCAR already, and they've retired.
Yeah, we need to stop getting in cars.
Yeah, I mean, it's Harrison, nice kid. I mean, when he won at Daytona, that was
cool.
Yeah, it was for one, it was a Wood brother.
Yeah,
it was a 21 back in victory lane, so of course we celebrated that. But Harrison's a good kid. He's a very respectable kid. Like, you can tell he's got good parents.
Yeah.
So, not dissing his parents, but just I don't think he was ready for what he jumped into, personally. Right. And we haven't seen him blow the doors off anything in the Xfinity Series now that he's back there this year.
And I know it's going to be a topic we cover. I think I saw it on the notes. About how do these people get into these cup rides?
Yeah. Money.
Yeah. Because, I mean...
That's why Harrison jumped in that ride. He had money with Dex Imaging and all that. I think they were grooming him to be the next Penske driver, and he jumped in. That's basically what the Wood Brothers is. They are Penske's main driver development program, basically.
Yeah. But, you know, how do you get these people who obviously aren't that talented into the top series of NASCAR?
Money. That's easy.
Yeah.
That's exactly what's happening. It's ruined the Truck Series.
Oh my gosh!
It's on the verge of ruining the Xfinity Series.
It's getting there. I mean, you've got guys like Allgaier still, Quapple,
but then you got Sam Mayer.
Yeah.
Brandon Jones. I mean, Brandon Jones has raced for the 2 top best Xfinity teams in Xfinity racing, and he sucked in both of them.
Yeah.
Now he's back in one of them, and he sucks again. So,
I mean. Like I was saying, though, in the Xfinity Series, you still have some guys that are extremely talented.
Yeah,
but
you got a few.
That number's getting a lot lower.
That's what I mean. It's not what it used to be.
Yeah.
And it's really, you can tell by their inexperience by how they race people.
Mm-hmm.
Like, when they race like Eric Amarillo, for example, that's an inexperienced, talentless driver. If you can't win a race without putting somebody in the wall, straight up wrecking them, you never had a chance to make that corner type of wreck, then you're not talented enough to win a race. I'm sorry. Hate me for it, love me for it, whatever. I don't care. But it's my opinion.
Yeah.
Justin Allgaier can go out there and just straight up drove over everybody this weekend.
Oh my, he had a rocket ship.
Yeah. Which, speaking of Justin Allgaier, I know we ain't even followed the notes whatsoever today. But speaking of Allgaier, rumor is that Traveler Whiskey and Chris Stapleton would like to do a couple more races this season, possibly.
That'd be so cool.
Somebody tweeted it out, and they're like, yeah, but what driver should we put in there? Is it a question?
That was Allgaier.
Duh.
Obviously.
That's the easiest question. Like, who should drive for Dale Jr. in the Cup Series?
Maybe his champion.
Yeah. Like, what more do you need credential wise than
his
Xfinity champion?
Yeah, his seasoned veteran champion.
But they were like, well, maybe you should send him to Talladega and have Austin Hill fill in. Like, are you an idiot?
He doesn't even drive for Junior.
Did you eat paint chips as a kid? Your mom definitely dropped you on your head a few times.
Must have.
Something's wrong. All them seed oils are killing you.
No. Okay, what tracks would you like to see Allgaier run at in the Cup Series?
I would go to big races, so I would put him
600?
if it was Coke 600 in Darlington.
Darlington.
I think Allgaier at Darlington in a Cup car would produce a top 15 run.
Yeah.
Just because Allgaier's talent there, like he knows what he's doing there, so why not?
Yeah. I agree with that.
Coke 600, I think he would do good in, and it's a big race. It's a 600-mile.
600 miles of Traveler whiskey.
Yeah, we know
And Allgaier.
we know HMS can build a car to last 600 miles. So
Yeah.
I think Justin's got a good shot to go out and run good there. So yeah, if I could pick 2 races to have Allgaier at, it would be those 2 races.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Or Bristol.
Yeah. I mean, I would love to see Junior and Traveler Whiskey and Chris Stapleton do a little one-car team. I don't think it would happen, but
So you're saying, like, as ownership, have Chris Stapleton part owner?
yeah.
That would be cool. That would be really cool. Maybe we could get somebody else in there as another owner. Maybe 3 of them go in together.
Yeah. I mean, Junior's always said he needs someone to do it with.
Yeah, he's not gonna pony up all the money. That's what he says.
Yeah.
I don't blame him.
I don't either.
Not
It's
in
expensive.
the current. Maybe when Michael Jordan owns NASCAR, when Michael and Denny buy NASCAR after NASCAR loses the lawsuit, and Michael and Denny buy them out, I think then Dale Jr. will be a Cup Series owner.
That's your prediction.
That's what I think.
It's your 2027 prediction.
Look, man, I told you earlier, nothing good comes out of this lawsuit.
Yeah.
At least at least in the short run. Long term, I think it'll be good for the sport. Short term, I don't think so. I don't see 2311 staying. Like, how do they stay?
Right.
Like, how do you go from being personally sued, your team's being sued, your business partners are being singled out, you're suing the sanctioning body of NASCAR and singling out Jim France? There's a lot of bad blood there. If NASCAR wins, 2311's gone.
Oh, absolutely.
If 2311 wins, I still think they're gone.
See, but what I said when you told me that earlier, just because, I mean, what you're saying is even if they win and, like, the core NASCAR sanctioning body is still there, even though they won, why would you stay there? They obviously don't want you there.
Exactly.
Yeah, but my explanation was, well, Jordan just buys NASCAR.
Exactly. That's what I think will happen. Or it's very well possible, at least. I think NASCAR, the Frances are going to, if they lose, they're going to want out.
Yeah.
They're going to need to get out because they're just going to take a beating.
Right. You're done.
Yeah. So you've been a fraud, and Doge has exposed you. It's time to go.
Well, you've been exposed as a fraud for all these decades, and yeah, you're done.
I don't think it was a fraud the whole time. I think that in the beginning, it was about the racing and the product. The product just kept getting better and better. Then we hit like 96, 97, and I don't know, somebody lit a bottle rocket under NASCAR's butt because it became the best thing out there. Like, I can't even express to you what it was like going to Atlanta, and they had twice as many grandstands as they do now, and it was packed out.
Yeah.
Like, you didn't leave right after the race because you know how bad traffic is now.
Right.
Double that.
No.
They had like 5 camping lots on the outside of the track, plus all the campers inside for campers. Now they have 1 camping lot for campers outside and 1 inside.
Yeah.
Like, they had the back straightaway was grandstands all the way down. Turns 3 and 4 had grandstands in them, and the grandstands that are there now extended farther into turn 1 than they do now. So they've reduced all that.
By a lot.
There's no back straightaway grandstands. There's no 3 and 4 grandstands, and the front straightaway has gotten skinnier.
Yeah.
So now they still don't sell out. Some weekends they have some weeks they have a great showing, other weeks they're not. Like, I didn't think that it looked great in March or in February of this year. Now, I argued with a guy on X, and he said that, yes, they did. It was sold out. He was there. I was there, too.
We were there, too.
And it was not sold out. Like there was plenty of empty seats, but I've got to the point where I don't argue. I'm done. I'm actually done with social media, to be honest with you.
You giving up?
I don't even.
Not worth it.
Oh, I don't talk to people on there. I used to always try to communicate with people, and just different NASCAR fans used to be great to communicate with. Now they're all just butts, man. It's like it's the most negative crap. All you gotta do is open up the Jeff Gluck poll, and read the comments. And there's always that one grade A butthole who's like, if you voted no, you're an idiot. You must be blind. And it's like 20% yes, 80% no. And he's like, y'all suck. Tell me why it wasn't good. And then people try to tell him, and then he's like, you're wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong. And it's multiple people.
Yeah.
But you can't have like civilized conversations anymore online.
Oh no, we are way past that.
Yeah, I don't even want to talk to people on there anymore. I mean,
honestly, like for my generation, the concept of a civil conversation online is just unfathomable.
Pretty much.
Like
we used to have them back in the day.
See, you can never convince me of that, because for the entirety of like when I've been online, for my childhood, pretty much, it's always been toxic.
It's so bad. It's so toxic. Like it really is. And it sucks because I spend more time on X than any other platform on my phone. But I would say 90% of the time I spend on X is with Gronk. Because I mean, I use Gronk to write emails. I use Gronk to put together presentations at work. I use Gronk to put this show together. I use Gronk for Sunday school.
Yeah.
In church, I mean, Gronk is a great resource if you use it. And if you're not careful, you end up in a conversation. I don't like to admit that that's happened numerous times, but what happened is Elon added this thing. So when you talk to Gronk, he asks questions back now so he can give you a better answer.
He's now asking you questions.
Well, I give him answers, and then I'm like 7 questions in. I'm like, wait a minute. I'm having a flipping conversation with Gronk here. And then I'll back out.
No, I think that's funny, because I think our generations have, obviously, you grew up with the beginning of the internet, and I've grown up kind of at the decline, really, or the downfall of the social aspect of the internet.
So I graduated high school. I was the last graduating class of high school to graduate without social media. Social media became a thing the year after I graduated high school. I think MySpace was around maybe senior year of high school. Maybe MySpace was becoming a thing, but that was just for like music bands and stuff at the school. Different bands in the county would get on there and put their stuff. So it really wasn't
a big thing.
Yeah, it wasn't big yet. And then we graduated, and then it became, then Facebook, and then all this other stuff followed. And yeah, it's like even Facebook in the beginning wasn't toxic, but it's all toxic now.
Right. Like that's what I was getting at, is that when it started out, it was a really cool thing that your generation was like, we can communicate with people from all over. This is cool. And it was pretty wholesome, cat videos, stuff like that.
Well, I mean, people had civilized conversations. Now you have what they call keyboard warriors.
Yeah.
Like you're big and bad behind that keyboard. I guarantee you, I had an argument with a guy from Dawsonville, Georgia the other day, and I was this close to saying, I bet you ain't got the balls to meet me in public. But I let it go because it ain't worth it to me.
No, it's not.
Like I don't want to, for one, I don't want to go fight somebody in the Applebee's parking lot or something like that. You know, it's just not who I am. But that's how mad this guy made me. And it's like over nothing.
Right.
All I'm trying to do is explain this. Oh, it was over the television views, because he's like, oh, the sport has grown. The sport is growing. It's the biggest it's ever been on TV. I'm like, bro, 10 years ago had double.
Not even close. What are you talking
like
about?
8 million viewers. The same race 10 years ago had like 8 or 9 million viewers, and now we're at 3 or 4 million.
Yeah, you're not even close.
And then he's like, oh, you're an idiot. Nothing sustains that kind of viewership over time. I'm like, but your point is it's bigger now than ever. And I'm telling you, I proved to you it's not. And now you're arguing with me about something completely different. And I'm like, that's when I was like, you know what, bro? Do you want to meet at the Applebee's? But
you didn't.
I just blocked the dude and moved on.
Yeah.
And matter of fact, I think that was after the Atlanta race, or might have been after Daytona. I think it was after Atlanta, though.
Mm.
I haven't commented on, I haven't had an interaction with anybody on social media since then.
Yeah.
I talk to Brandon all the time, but we text back and forth. Sydney will text me. Janet texts me. I mean, most of the listeners have my phone number.
Yeah.
And we communicate through text now and not so much through social media, which is good because I don't even look at my social media stuff.
I don't even have it. So, like,
you're not missing anything.
I know I'm not. But yeah, like I'm going to grow up with the view of social media that social media is really toxic. Stay off of it as much as possible. Whereas you grew up where it was like this really cool thing where a bunch of people could come together from all over the world and talk with each other.
I think that's why it annoys me now.
Yeah.
Because it was such a cool thing in the beginning.
Yeah.
Like you could stay, it was nice because you knew what was going on. And then there became a turning point for me where it was like, I don't want to know what's going on in your life anymore. I would like when we see each other, we have things to talk about.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't want to know what my family's doing because on Thanksgiving, we'll have nothing to talk about.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, you're right. It's a toxic cesspool of crap now.
That's a fact.
I mean, there's Porter Johns that are better off than
Go to
Facebook.
Well, maybe not the Atlanta ones, but.
No, or Watkins Glen. I mean, I always say Watkins Glen. Wilkesboro. I don't know where I get Watkins Glen
I guess
from North Wilkesboro.
I guess they both start with a W.
Who knows? Who knows? All right, what else we got? Chase Briscoe.
Oh, yeah.
Caused a caution because his wheel fell off. But don't worry. His team is not able to tighten his wheels, but they can tighten Christopher Bell's.
That was crazy.
Never seen nothing like that.
I didn't know that was an option.
Even Mike said that. I don't think we've ever seen this before. And I'm like, I don't either, Mike. I agree with you this time. It's not your dementia. It's really something I don't think we've seen. But maybe the teardown was saying this has happened before. I don't think it's ever happened in this extent.
Yeah.
Where a lead lap top tier driver has a loose wheel. The mind, like Adam Stevens, to think that quickly, like, pull into another box. That's all he said. Pull into another box.
He didn't even say Briscoe's or teammates. He's like, just pull into any of them. I think it was Bell who's like, okay, man, I got to find a teammate.
Well, that's what he said. Bell said that. I don't remember where I heard the interview at now, but I was listening to somebody interview Bell, and he said out of the corner of his eye, he just noticed the 19 car, so he yanked it in there.
Mm.
I thought it was awesome.
It was so cool.
It was very entertaining as a viewer on TV.
It's so smart too. Like, instead of risking, because you got to come, like, either you go around the track and come back down pit road anyway, and you still are going a lap down.
And you risk your tire falling off.
And then getting your crew members suspended. You go 2 laps down. So smart.
Yeah, and the only penalty you get is start at the tail end of the longest line because it's pitting outside your box.
Yeah.
So, do you think NASCAR changes their rules?
I hope not.
I mean, Denny made a comment on his podcast that NASCAR has to be the only series or only major league sport that has this many rule changes mid-season.
We've got to be.
I don't really have a problem with it because
he still got penalized.
Yeah. I don't even have a problem with the rule changes, to be honest with you, because think about it. NASCAR is an ever-evolving racing sport.
Yeah.
We have some of the smartest minds in the world working on these cars. Granted, they can't do nothing to them, but they are brilliant people. So these guys are going to find ways to cheat. They just are.
Yeah.
So you're going to have to create new rules. I get that. I'm okay with that. I do agree with Denny Hamlin, though, that after every rule NASCAR creates, they put or at NASCAR's discretion.
Yeah. Like, okay, well, this rule doesn't mean anything then.
That's why the Austin Cindric thing was such a big deal. It's like no right hooking. If you right hook, you're suspended or NASCAR's discretion.
Yeah, well, Cindric right hooked someone, but because of NASCAR's discretion, it wasn't a penalty.
Yeah, so I agree with Denny.
It was a penalty. But.
I agree with Denny. That needs to be Denny. I agree with Denny. I agree with Denny on that one. Like, NASCAR needs to it needs to be cut and dry.
For real.
Like, that's all we want are black and white rules. That's it.
When we watch a race on Sunday, we want to know what is going to get someone penalized, and we want to know what the penalty is.
So do you think?
Do I think they will?
Yeah.
No.
I don't think they do either.
I don't think they will. Because it's
unless it happens, maybe if it keeps happening, but I don't know. I think if here's the thing, if they don't do something, teams are going to figure out ways to capitalize on this.
Like how? Like what?
Well, maybe every team picks one driver and puts them at the last 5 pit stops or last 7 or 8 pit stalls. You know, Joe Gibbs has one down there. HMS has one down there. Trackhouse has one down there. Then these single car teams, they're affiliated with somebody, so they'll have their affiliated teams will be down there. I mean, maybe it just creates driver awareness where they need to know where their other teammates or affiliated teammates are pitted at now.
But I don't see how you gain an advantage from it at all.
I don't think you gain an advantage whatsoever. The only advantage you gain is missing out on a 2-week penalty and a 2-lap penalty,
which I think is good.
I agree.
I would rather them take this penalty and take this route than them getting suspended.
Yeah,
and we're out a good pit crew for 2 weeks.
Well, they're not out a good pit crew, but like somebody, look at Justin Haley.
Right.
You know, his pit crew got stolen by Larson, and now Justin Haley's coming out last every week. You got, what was it? We just announced Joe Gibbs from Briscoe.
Yeah.
For him losing a tire. Noah Gregson's now losing 2 pit crew members. So now he's going to suck even worse on pit road.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know that the penalty really is fitting the crime here because, like, Briscoe's getting penalized. Noah Gregson's getting penalized for what Briscoe's guys did wrong.
Yeah.
I don't know that. I don't agree with the whole 2-week off thing. Just find them some money. I mean, tires fall off. That's just this next gen crap we're working with. I mean, when you're working with plastic and aluminum, what do you expect?
Yeah.
I mean, if, golly, what's her name? Kyle Larson's wife. She can bite a hole and shotgun a beer from biting a hole in the aluminum can, and we're expecting these aluminum wheels that are rubbing up against aluminum brake rotor or aluminum brake parts. The hub is aluminum. That's heat on heat. It's going to break.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I think it was Tommy Baldwin was saying. That's the bigger issue right now is the heat from these tires, the friction. Even when they're tight, they're loose.
I haven't heard that.
Well, I mean, it's on. I think it was DBC. It had to be if Tommy Baldwin said it.
Nope, I think that was on the Dale Jr. download.
Might have been. I like Tommy Baldwin, but I'm not a huge fan of the new DBC.
Yeah, I haven't listened to it the past 2 weeks.
Well, I mean, they took away the 2 OG members. Like, that show was started with Brett and TJ.
Yeah.
We had to have a campaign on social media begging to make Freddie full time because Freddie was a fill-in guest a lot.
Yeah.
And it was so good when he was on there. Then they made him. I love Freddie. Freddie's probably TJ's my favorite, and then Freddie.
Yeah. I
like Brett too, though. I miss Brett. I miss TJ, Brett, and Freddie together. I do like TJ on DJD though. Yeah.
I think they should have rebranded, or even just said, you know what,
a new show.
DBC's over, guys. Like this was it.
Yeah, because I do feel that way. I feel like
yeah.
DBC ended, and now we got this new show trying to pretend they're DBC.
Yeah, and it's like all the remakes they make with movies.
Yeah, I mean, it's like The Little Mermaid live action or Aladdin live action versus the cartoon versions. They're just not as good. Like,
but
Aladdin cartoon was great. I never even seen the live action, but I'm sure it wasn't as good.
But yeah, I feel like they should have just rebranded.
I do too. But whatever. Now it's too late now.
Yeah.
I like Carson on there. I like Carson better than Casey. No offense to Casey, but I was never a fan. Hannah Newhouse was by far my favorite host on DBC until Carson showed up. Carson and Hannah remind me, they don't take any crap from the guys, and they have strong enough personalities to fight back.
Yeah.
Like the guys don't run over them. So I think that's why I like Carson so much. Is she reminds me of Hannah. But Casey, they would just run all over her and pick on her, and she just couldn't give it back. She just didn't have that. She's just sweetheart.
Yeah.
No offense to her. I mean,
that's a good thing.
Yeah, she's a good person. It seems like a loving person, and just putting her in the room with Brett and Freddie.
I feel so bad.
I really did feel bad for her every week having to deal with them. Now, like I said, I enjoyed the show. Still like it. It's okay. It's just not a favorite now. The Teardown's not a favorite anymore. I like Jordan. I mean, I like Jeff, but it's just Jordan is Jordan is Jordan.
Yeah, I feel like last season, full season of Jordan, like I needed a break.
Yeah.
Longer than the 3 months.
I've probably caught 3 teardowns this season.
I think I've done Daytona.
Yeah, I did Daytona.
Or no, I did the Clash and Daytona.
Okay, I know I did the Clash. I know I did Daytona. And then it's been a while until this. I did listen yesterday morning, but I was doing something else too. So
yeah,
I think Dale Jr.'s Tuesday episode is the one I look forward to the most now. And Denny.
I was about to say, I think Denny
and Dale Jr. are the best 2 shows on Dirty Mo Media right now.
Yeah, agreed.
What else?
Trying to think.
Ricky Spinhouse wrecked twice.
Yeah.
That was kind of crazy. Like the first time he wrecked, I don't blame him the first time. That was more Gilligan's fault. Gilliland. I always call him
Gilligan.
That was old Gilligan. And the skipper, too.
He got off that island.
He did. He got off the island and he got into Ricky. No, Gilliland pretty much bounced off the wall, hit Ricky, spun him out.
Yeah.
The second time is like Ricky's like, I didn't spin all the way the first time, so let me just spin it out here.
Yeah.
But his spin was so blah. The wreck that happened in front of him was even better.
Yeah.
So they barely even.
Consequential.
I don't even think they talked about him on the broadcast. Like nobody even talked about it. They're like, "Oh, Ricky spin! Oh, look at this big wreck with Ryan Blaney over here," and that's the one they talked about.
Yeah. Speaking of that wreck, Ryan Blaney, he was fast, right? Ryan Blaney.
But he had a wrecking problem this weekend.
He really did. Like it was.
He wrecked in practice.
Everything for the whole weekend, everything that could have gone wrong for Blaney went wrong. Like if you're Ryan Blaney, if you know someone who's a Ryan Blaney fan, you might want to check on him because it was a rough week.
They're probably in the toaster with the bathtub. They're probably in the bathtub with the toaster right now.
Yeah, it was a rough weekend for Blaney, and then Bubba Wallace also got taken out, and he was having a top 5 day.
That's a story. Unfortunately, that's the story of Bubba's season. I mean, he's had good runs all season.
Yeah,
and
it's not the finishes.
Other people's crap has ended his good runs.
Yeah, and it was just not the finishes. And honestly, that wreck, would you put the blame on anyone? I mean...
No, I mean, it's just racing.
I mean, obviously, you look at it in hindsight's 20/20, but in the moment, it's like, No, it's not racing. It's
not Atlanta stupid or Daytona stupid, no.
Yeah.
But or Codis. It wasn't like Ross Chastain.
Oh, my God.
Going from 17th to 3rd to wreck Chase Elliott on purpose.
Yeah.
The fact that Ross Chastain still has fans is beyond me. Like I don't know.
I bet it's because of a Bush commercial.
Bush. Oh, what's wrong going in circles, guys? I got a camper on top of my car or a tent. I'm an idiot. Give me a beer.
It's so stupid.
What's his other sponsor is the Moose Lodge.
We don't even know what that is.
It's something. It's probably a scam.
Who knows?
It's probably a Ponzi scheme or something.
No, that Bush commercial with Chastain, it makes him look so stupid.
What's wrong with going in circles? Yeah, I do. It is. It does make him look like an idiot.
It does. Like, I hate it.
He has no personality because he's so secretive. He doesn't want to say anything unless it's somebody else.
I don't want to speak about it.
He'll comment on everybody else's mistakes. Carson Osevar sucks. He's an aggressive driver. Watch this. At least Carson's not dive bombing Chase Elliott from the back of the field on lap 1.
At least he's trying to win.
No, that's why we call him Ross Crashtain.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, you want to talk about the approval? So the approval process for NASCAR. Everybody talked about that last week and this week on their podcast so far.
Yeah, and I don't really it's not really that big of a topic.
Not for me either. I think there needs to be a set process.
Yeah.
Make a set, put it in writing, be done with it. But the bigger issue is practice.
Oh,
so NASCAR keeps saying, we don't want practice because it costs the teams money. Drivers, crew chiefs, they want practice.
Yep.
Owners, they don't want practice. Owners don't want practice because NASCAR requires them to use these motors for multiple races now. They can get 3 races out of one motor right now.
Yeah.
If they start practicing, they're adding more hours to that motor, more laps to that. I mean, that's 40, 50 laps you're adding to that motor.
They'll probably only be able to get about 2.
Correct. But if I have to hear NASCAR one more time say this is to save the team's money, nowhere in golf are they saying, you know what? We're going to only use one style of ball because it saves the golfers money.
You know what? We're only going to use one brand of clubs.
One brand of clubs, no practice,
and we're
no driving range.
We're going to sell you these clubs.
You have to buy your clubs from us.
Yeah.
We mandate them.
Yeah.
No, I mean, seriously, though, no other professional sport in the world.
You know what? To save teams money, footballers can't have off-season practice no more.
Okay, that's my point. No other sport has no practice. No practice is never a good thing for a major league sport.
It's the stupidest thing, actually.
You don't see the NFL telling their teams, guys, no practice during the week. We have Madden. Madden is a very good game. If you get it on PS5 or the Xbox, you'll be good. The quality is great. It's so great, guys. The quality, the graphics, they're so great. I just want your guys playing that during the off week.
It's so stupid.
Yeah, you don't.
It's like, no. How are they ever going to get better by playing Madden? How are they ever going to get better by driving in the sim? Let them race.
I understand the sim's probably pretty close, but it's not the same thing.
It's not.
Like, I'm not saying that Catherine would have been better had she had an hour or two of practice, but
maybe
she would have been better.
Yeah, maybe she wouldn't be trying to figure out her car in the first 5 laps because she's never driven it before.
She would have been at least 2 hours better.
Yeah, and that's about the length of the race.
That's what I mean. Like,
let them drive.
Here's what I think they should do. 2 options. Either A, NASCAR opens up 2 hours of practice every weekend. You have 2 hours, guys. Optional, go at it. If you want to do it, you go out and practice. If you don't practice. I mean, NASCAR have to have a couple guys on the track watching. Okay. Guy in the flag stand, like, he's there anyway.
Yeah.
Let him work. Put the guy to work. You're paying him. Maybe. I'm not sure what your pay scale is like, but I don't know what flagmen make. But,
Not sure what the career path is.
Yeah.
But.
How do you get there? You have to be a spotter first and then advance to flagger, or do you start at flagger then move up to spotter? I don't know. But have 2 hours of practice. I think you have an hour practice qualifying and then have an hour of practice before the race. Got the power hour. Maybe you have optional practice before the race, before qualifying. Then you have another optional practice after qualifying before the race. Call it a power hour, something like that. Happy hour. There was nothing wrong with happy hour. That was great. I loved happy hour. We used to go to happy hour every weekend. You go to the Xfinity race, then you'd have an hour-long cup practice, happy hour practice. It was great.
Yep.
Let's go back to that. But you could have that second practice, charge teams.
Yeah.
Charge them $250 to go out there and practice for an hour. Then whoever sets the fastest lap during that practice session gets the money.
It's like a pot.
Then it incentivizes drivers to go out and practice.
I like the idea. I think it's a little too gimmicky, though.
Yeah. Just give them, I still think you need an hour practice before qualifying, hour practice after qualifying. Leave it optional. If the team wants to save money and not practice, that's the team's decision.
Yeah.
I'll never say on here again, NASCAR quit trying to save the team's money. It's stupid. I don't care. Because I don't. I really don't care how much it costs. I just want good product on the track.
Yeah. I don't know. It really is just crazy to me, though, that we are the only sport that looks down on practicing. Like, what? And it's why all these guys that do dirt races, late model races, it's why they have to do them, because otherwise they'd only be in a car for 2 times a week.
Look at how much practice the Cars Tour gets.
Yeah.
It's like they get 7 hours of practice a weekend.
It's like, all right, guys.
They get a full day of practice.
Have at it. Saturday, Friday, whatever. Have at it, guys. But the top series of motorsports in America, don't practice.
It makes no sense.
Don't practice.
No practice is never a good thing.
No.
I can't stress that.
Gosh, could you imagine? Like, if I never practiced playing guitar, I would suck. Huh. Maybe that's Cody Ware's problem.
Maybe that's why Custer keeps spinning out.
Yeah, because, like, the racing would be a lot better if we had practice, and I don't think you would have as many consistent back marker drivers.
No.
Because when the pressure of being in the back gets to you. Like,
yeah.
When you are in the back constantly, and maybe today y'all have brought a good car, you make up a couple positions, you're like, I've never, but you just don't know how to handle it, and they're never going to figure out how to handle these cars if we don't let them practice.
I agree. I mean, there's really no reason that we're still not practicing. I mean, I understood the COVID thing. I didn't really, but whatever. Fauci said it. You know, it was a thing. We stopped practicing. We had people at the track. Then all of a sudden, we let the people back in, and we've yet to let the practice back in.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, how are these guys from the Xfinity series ever supposed to understand how to drive these cars?
but none of the series gets. That's what one of the things that just irks me is NASCAR's like, you know, you're supposed to get all your practice in the feeder series.
They're all different.
What feeder series are you referring to, NASCAR? Because the Cars car is nothing like the Cup car.
Yeah.
The Xfinity car, they don't get practice. The truck drivers, they don't get practice.
And they're all different cars.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's the dumbest thing I've ever.
It's like, all right,
That's
guys.
a NASCAR thing.
It's like, all right, guys. So, we're racing this week. We're going to Homestead. So, everyone, let's go. Let's go to the local dirt track, and we're going to let you run minis.
Yeah, that'd be good.
And there's
that's
your
good practice.
There's your practice. We're going to qualify on them. We're going to practice on them,
And then you're going to run the Cup car for the race.
and then we're going to let you run the Cup cars on Sunday.
It makes no sense. Like the no practice thing, just it just drives me crazy.
Yeah.
What else we got? Carl Edwards.
Oh yeah.
Did you listen to that?
I'm like halfway through it.
I think it was interesting. So I've always had the theory that Carl Edwards left because NASCAR's stupid. Carl said he left because he didn't want to invest that kind of energy into another season to have a championship stolen from him by a entertainment caution.
Yep. So
I mean,
you're right.
I think Junior had to ask the question like 12 times to get the whole answer out. But if you put the whole answer together, that's it. It actually was probably the best Dale Jr. download I've ever listened to be honest with you. I absolutely loved it. I didn't realize him and Carl had a beef. I didn't realize they weren't buddies. I think it's hilarious that the guy Dale Jr. sat in the pickup truck with and drank beer with while Schrader and then went to the strip club was Carl Edwards' dad. Like, what a small world.
Yeah.
So, I mean, great interview. I'm not surprised why Carl quit. I hate that Carl left like he did, but I don't blame him. If I put my heart and soul into something and then it gets ruined for an entertainment caution.
Yeah, I would be out too.
That's a Jacques Debris. So, we got a new Earnhardt 4-part series coming out in May on Amazon Prime.
Yep.
I'll probably cry.
It'll be good. There's not a bad one.
You know, I was thinking the other day, you know what this world really could use right now? Another Dale Earnhardt Sr. documentary. Because we don't have enough.
I know.
And there's nobody new in NASCAR popular who's like Dale Sr., so
might as well make another
y'all
one.
better just keep making them because one day you're going to run, like 40 years from now, you're still, well, we got a new Dale Earnhardt documentary coming out. He was the greatest racer of all time. That'll be it. We're still celebrating Dale Earnhardt because, well, Carson Hocevar, you've muzzled him. He ain't going to be able to say anything now.
Yeah. Poor Carson.
I think it'll be a good documentary because Dale Jr.'s heavily involved in it.
Yeah.
And the thing he did for Dale Sr.'s rookie year in Cup, the podcast series, that was great.
Mm-hmm.
It's just good. I don't know. Something about hearing Dale Jr. talk about his dad just makes me happy. So I can't wait on that to come out. We've already talked about the Fox broadcast booth. They were boring.
Yep. So
Homestead.
What
do you got? Who'd you pick?
Mine
is not Denny Hamlin.
Oh, did you not change it?
No, I didn't.
Who's your pick?
You want mine first?
Yeah.
Kyle Larson.
Again?
I picked Denny last week.
You did. Who'd you pick? When'd you pick Larson?
I don't know. Do you want him or something?
No. I think it was for Phoenix.
I have two drivers I think could win this weekend. Kyle and Tyler.
I want to pick Tyler.
Well,
because he won.
I'm going with Kyle, so
he won there, and I like Tyler Reddick. Although
I wrote Kyle Reddick down.
Kyle Reddick.
So I got Kyle Larson.
I'll pick Tyler. Although, I was a really big fan of him last season, and then at the Clash he's got this mullet going on. And
he still has that stupid mullet.
It's not the same. My leprechaun ain't the same.
No, he looks like a third grade baseball player.
Yeah, he needs to stop taking his hair advice from Bo.
Just exactly. Him and Bo had the same hairstyle, I'm sure.
I think Bo's is better.
Probably. I have no problem with somebody under the age of 16. Actually, 17. No, you're in the work world by then. So let's say when you get your driver's license, you should have to cut your mullet off.
Yeah.
If you're an adult with a mullet, I'm sorry. I still feel this way.
There's no hope.
I'm just thinking, like, as an individual, if I went to buy something, let's say, I don't know, a car, and a guy wallows up to me with a suit on and a mullet, first I'm going to start laughing. Then I'm going to leave. I'm not taking advice from a dude with a mullet. I'm sorry.
They obviously aren't making the best decisions.
Well, I mean, it happens. I mean, I get, like I said, I'm good with it. If you want to have a mullet in high school, by all means, mullet it out. I had the dumbest hairstyles. I mean, I had every color hair you could have. I have red, blonde, black, long hair, short hair. Now I'm bald. So
yeah.
But I can't grow a mullet. I can grow a skullet, but I'm not doing that. I'm not doing a skullet.
But yeah, so Tyler Reddick, he hasn't been as near and dear to me this season just because of the mullet.
The only job you should have a mullet in is a Waffle House cook. And a matter of fact, that should be a requirement to be a cook at Waffle House, is to have a mullet, male or female.
Yeah. I mean...
Or Walmart greeter, but then you're taking it from a senior citizen, so...
I would like... I still really want Kyle Busch to win. But after the past couple years, really, of him being at RCR, it's like... I don't know where he can run good at anymore.
I think Kyle is like Josh Berry. If he wins, I'm happy. But I'm not picking him.
Not picking him.
Now, Josh Berry could rattle off 2 or 3 wins this season, and then he'll be a pick.
We have no idea what Josh can win.
Yeah, I mean, I think Josh is on the path to do great things, but unfortunately, we haven't seen consistency from the Wood brothers like we're currently seeing with Josh in the car ever.
Yeah.
Not since, I think the last time they had 2 wins in 2 seasons with Kyle Petty. So, I mean, Kyle's old, dude.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
It has been a while.
Kyle's old and his dad's older, and they're both still kicking. It just blows my mind. I don't know how that works.
Something about that Petty family.
Must be the water up there.
Yeah.
That Petty blue water they're drinking. So, no, we got Homestead, Miami this weekend.
Should be a good race.
3 p.m. on something. FS1 maybe, Fox. It's on one of the Fox affiliated channels. The truck race is on Fox, and it's a driver only broadcast booth.
So it might be entertaining.
Yeah, I'll probably not watch it, but I'll record it. We're going hiking this weekend, so
yeah. I got D now.
You got D now at church. You and the girls do, and
which is unfortunate because I do like the Xfinity race at Miami.
Well, I'll record it, so we can go back and watch it.
I mean, we'll still watch it, but
maybe. Depends on if my affiliate station wants me to watch it or not.
That's true.
So we'll see how that works out. But no, I think we'll have some good racing this weekend in Phoenix and Homestead. Yeah. Be a great weekend. I'm just blah, 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 blah. Thank God it's the end of the show.
Yeah, right. We're done.
Anything else?
Nope.
All right. Well, thanks to everyone who listens, watches, follows the show each week. We greatly appreciate it. Make sure you're following us on X, Facebook, Instagram, and on Spotify.
Man,
told you I'm struggling.
We're really
on
done.
Spotify. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and also subscribe to us on Apple Podcasts. Leave us a review on Apple Podcasts like Brandon did. When you leave us a review, it helps other people find the show. And we greatly appreciate that. And make sure to check out our presenting sponsor, Designs by Sydney. Other than that, y'all have a great week, and we'll talk to you after Homestead. Bye, everybody.